So Donald Trump has had enough of the girly tactics of Barack Obama when it comes to ISIS. He says if you want to beat the Islamic State or the Daesh, we've got to be more like them. Wait, what?
I would knock the hell out of ISIS.
Okay.
I would hit them, Brian, so hard like they've never
What
been
about
hit
civilian
before.
casualties? What about the fact that we're targeting them and people are very concerned about collateral damage?
I would do my best, absolute best. I mean, one of the problems that we have and one of the reasons we're so ineffective is, they're using them as shields. It's
Yes.
a horrible thing. They're using them as shields. But we're fighting a very politically correct war.
Yeah.
Well, we see that
and the
happening
other
in
thing
Ramadi.
is with the terrorists, you have to take out their families. When you get these terrorists, you have to take out their families. They care about their lives. Don't kid yourself. But
Mr.
they
Trump.
say they don't care about their lives. You have to take out their families.
You have to take out their families. Okay, so let's kill, men, women, and children. Because that's totally not what terrorists do. Really? Let's take out their families, guys. But here's the thing, right? Now, bleeding hearts like me, I'm going to say, well, you're going to take out innocent people, man. You're killing innocent people, men, women, and children, right? Yeah, but here's the thing. Trump doesn't care about innocent civilians. It's because, in his mind, and let's get down to the bottom of it, he doesn't think they're innocent at all. They're Muslims. They're the Muslims. They're terrorists anyway. And their families are terrorists. So naturally, they must be terrorists too. Okay, so their family member left to join ISIS, right? And whether or not the family disagrees, suddenly they're culpable as well. Or should be in the middle of bombing, we shouldn't care if we hit their family too. Because their family's ISIS. They're terrorists anyway. Okay, well, great. So by that logic, the recent attack by Robert Deere, right? The guy who attacked the Planned Parenthood. Well, that should also lead us to arresting Deere's family too. And I'm pretty sure we would all have a problem with that. But guilt by association. He's a terrorist. Therefore, well, if your family, I'm sorry, we should get their families too. We should get their families too. Okay, so maybe that's a bit of a stretch. But that's what this leads to. Yes, I know, I'm invoking the whole slippery slope. But in this case, all the rhetoric that we've been hearing for Trump is essentially oiling up the stairs. It's getting pretty slippery up there. And pretty sooner or later, if Trump gets elected, we're going to fall down those stairs. No life alert's going to save us. Okay? So, look. Here's the thing. It is sort of guilt by association. You got to take out their families too. You got to take out their families. Well, you know who also does guilt by association? Brutal dictators. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that Trump's a fascist or anything, but when you look at his rhetoric, man, boy, it sure does kind of seem that way. Sounds rather fascistic, right? So here's the thing. How about we actually stick to bombing people that are actually engaging in hostilities against us and our allies? At the very least, that's what we should continue doing. At the very least. Now, maybe there's different ways to deal with ISIS that don't involve bombs, but what we're doing right now, it's the least worst option. Okay? It's not really going to do a whole lot, but it's not going to might not make it worse. If we do what Donald Trump says, that will definitely make it worse. Why? Because then if we start bombing innocent people and doing more signature strikes and just flat out carpet bombing the area without any regards to civilian casualties, that's going to create more terrorists. What would you do if somebody came over and bombed your family? If France decided to come over and bomb your family in Texas? Sorry, we meant to hit some, anti-government terrorists over there, but we hit your family instead. Chances are you might not like France anymore. I dare say you might become a terrorist against France. Well, you killed my family. I'm going to come after you. It's sort of the natural reaction, right? That's exactly what it would do. Create more terrorists. But see, the thing is, in order to come to that conclusion, you actually have to look at Muslims as people. And I don't think that's something that Donald Trump, well, I don't really see him doing that. Seeing Muslims as people over in the Middle East as human beings. As I said, I think Donald Trump just has a really, really hard time at seeing them as human beings.